If you have been following the latest trends, you must be very impressed by what the AI can do for us with writings, codings, and lots of other things. But for us musicians and audio engineers, I really do wonder how AI can help us with our music creation process, especially with mixing and mastering. So let's find out together. Welcome to my channel. My name is Derek. I'm a professional recording, mixing, and mastering engineer, and I have a studio called Alive Productions. In my day-to-day work, I have noticed that more and more people, especially self-producing musicians, are starting to utilize intelligent mixing plugins to fix their problems, polish their demos, and even create some very convincing mixes. Also, there are more and more plugin companies are catching up with the AI trend and starting to build their intelligent mixing softwares. These plugins are content aware, meaning that they listen to your audio signal, make decisions on how to process it, like EQ, compression, so on and so forth. And they usually create some sort of suggested settings as the starting point for you to fine-tune it even further. But hold on a second, I can already hear engineers like me screaming in their heads, how can I trust a computer to make decisions for me? And if it's that good, does it mean that all of us are gonna lose our jobs in the future? Musicians are also wondering, does it mean that I can mix and master my songs by myself now? Is it going to a pro audio engineer still necessary? Well, just like most of you guys, I don't know the answer yet. So I have put on a mission and created an experiment to discover more about this AI mixing thing together. Okay, so I have been digging through my projects and I found a very interesting song that I mixed and mastered for my friend Evan 2 years ago. The song is called You Are, and it was released on his first EP 2 years ago. I was thinking, what if, let's use the same project. I'm gonna export all the tracks fully edited, but without any processing, like there's no EQ, there's no compression, there's nothing on any of the channels. But I'm gonna send them to Evan to let him mix the song with the help of AI plugins. Since he's the songwriter and also the producer of the song, let's see what he can come up with the help of AI plugins. And in the meantime, I'm gonna create a completely different version of the mix using only AI plugins and only AI decisions. So I'm not gonna go in and tweak any of the settings. I'm gonna let AI decide how to EQ a kick, how to EQ a guitar, how to compress a vocal to see what the final result will be. So in the end, there will be 3 versions. One that I mixed and mastered 2 years ago with all my equipment and my usual workflow. A second version that Evan's gonna mix with all the help from AI plugins. And a third version, completely mixed by AI's decision without any human interventions. Now, let's have a look at the rules I set for Evan to mix the song. Okay, here are some of the rules I sent to Evan. I asked him to use these plugins to mix his song. First of all, I know that these are not the only AI plugins on the market right now, but I have chosen these plugins just because they are very popular and I have personally used them in my other projects. This video is not sponsored by any plugin companies, so all the things in this video are our true findings. I have also mentioned that he doesn't need to use all of the plugins on a single track. He can choose to use any of them on any track. Also, he will be able to group tracks and create buses to process multiple tracks together. The goal is to make his song sound polished with the help of AI, but he still gets to decide where and how he wants AI's help with his musician brain.
Hey, hi, and hello. This is Evan. I'm gonna use the AI plugins by Sonible and Soundtheory to try to mix the song I made 2 years ago. It's called You Are. So me and Derek, we picked the interesting session from the song, and I'll do something with the plugins and try to share some thoughts from a musician standpoint. And yeah.
Okay, so for the last version, I'm gonna actually use my laptop here, and this is the section that we have chosen to do the experiment. There are no plugins on any of the tracks. I haven't done anything apart from some level balancing and some pannings of the tracks. Let's have a listen to the song without any processing.
Tell me someday you'll come. When will you come? You are the sunshine. You are everything.
Okay, I'm gonna insert a Smart EQ3 by Sonible as the first plugin on all of the tracks here. I'm gonna use verse 1 vocal as an example. I'm gonna choose vocal high. I'm gonna press listen.
Tell me someday you come, 'cause I gotta see it for you. I've been keeping a play.
Okay, it has already generated an EQ curve for me. So for the next plugin, I'm gonna use Pure Comp by Sonible as well. I'm gonna choose vocals. And I'm gonna let it listen to my verse 1 vocal again.
'Cause I gotta see it for you. I've been keeping a place for you. Oh.
Okay, it has generated me a compressor setting. What I'm gonna do from now on is I'm gonna repeat the same process for every single channel with one Smart EQ and then a Pure Comp. I'm gonna skip through this process now. After this, I'm gonna put a Pure Reverb by Sonible on anything that usually needs the help of a reverb, like vocals. And at the end, I have put Pure Comp and Pure Limit in my master bus. Okay, now, I have set up a blind test for you guys to compare these three versions. Please note that I have matched their loudness level as best as I can in the beginning section. Okay, let's check it out.
Tell me someday you come. Where will you come? 'Cause I gotta see it for you. I've been keeping a place for you. Oh. Give me something to hold on. I'm never moving on, baby. I'm living a worthless life if I can ever be close to you. You are the sunshine. You are the moonlight. You are the love song in the night. Who you are. You are the first flight. You are the make goodbye. You are everything that I tie. I can't even lie, I've been lonely as fuck. And I've been counting everything I ever messed up. I'll be closer to you every day, that's why I wake up. Keep on walking cause I know our path will always take us home. Won't you give me a sign, stranger? Since you're done at the last corner, know that you'll be my life changer. Don't need no minor, no more motivation. You are the sunshine. You are the moonlight.
Okay, just before I review the answers, I actually came up with another idea. I'm gonna send the same test to my friend Thomas, who is also a musician and an audio engineer. Let's see what he thinks. Okay, let's review the final answers. So, version B is indeed my mix. However, version A is the pure AI mix, while version C is Evan's mix with all the AI plugins. So Thomas did get one right. However, he did mess up version A and version C. Let's have a listen again.
Tell me someday you come. Where will you come? 'Cause I gotta see it for you. I've been keeping a place for you. Oh.
Okay, so for the first verse, you can already hear a lot of differences between these versions, especially with the vocals. Let's hear the vocal again.
Where will you come? 'Cause I gotta see it for you. I've been keeping a place for you. Oh. Give me something to hold on.
My original mix for the vocal was way brighter, and also I have done a lot of subtle things to make the vocal really breathe in the mix. Also, there is a slapback delay effect that I originally created for this vocal just because I really want to fill in the gap in the music. Like when you hear the vocal sing from one line to the other line, you can hear a little tail at the end of the phrase just to make it that much more like lively. It's almost like an early reflection kind of thing, but it's actually a very subtle delay effect. So let's hear the vocal again. For you, I've been keeping a place for you. Here for you, I've been keeping a place for you. Here for you, I've been keeping a place for you. Here for you, I've been keeping a place. Here for you, I've been keeping a place for you. Yeah, you can hear the slapback delay effect. That's really adding something to the vocal mix of the song. Okay, let's keep on listening. If I can ever be close to you, you are the sunshine, you are the moonlight, you are the love song. Okay, one thing that I noticed is with all the AI versions, it really struggled to manage the bass like properly. So when the chorus comes in and the bass kicks in, you can hear everything sort of gets muddier instead of getting louder and more energetic. Like there is a loudness difference here, but I actually have done loudness matching in the first verse. So when the chorus comes in, the differences between these versions are like huge. You can hear the energy, you can hear a lot of details and clarity in my mix that's sort of absent in the other mixes. For the chorus, I actually enjoy Evan's mix more than the pure AI mix, just because the pure AI mix sounds very generic and it doesn't really have, it doesn't have that sort of clarity in the mix. However, Evan's mix has a way louder bass in this part, but I can see it as a stylistic choice. But to me, I can actually feel the energy more in Evan's mix than the pure AI mix. Close to you, you are the sunshine. You are the sunshine. You are the sunshine. You are the sunshine. Yeah, Mix A to me really loses in the chorus here. Also, another thing that I noticed is with mastering. As a human engineer, I have the knowledge and the ability to make something sound louder, wider, and also energetic. But with the AI mixes, I think it's very challenging for the AI to decide how to do it properly in the mastering process to make it sound louder, wider, and also maintain its sonic characteristics. I'll be closer to you every day, that's why I wake up. Keep on walking cause I know our path will. I'll be closer to you every day, that's why I wake up. Keep on walking cause I know our path will always stay. Cause won't you give me a thing I ever messed up. I'll be closer to you every day, that's why I wake up. Keep on walking cause I know our path will always stay. Cause also, another thing I realized in verse 2 is, I remember when I received the vocal tracks originally from Evan, they have a lot of low energy in it, like 100 Hz, 200 Hz area. It's just filled with vocal energy. And I can see it's quite challenging for the AI plugins to manage it properly. They all sound a little bit boomy to me. They didn't really get rid of the low frequency energy in those vocals. I'll be closer to you every day, that's why I wake up. Keep on walking cause I know our path will always stay. Cause obviously, there are many more differences between these versions. Let me know in the comments section how you think of them. Now, let's have a look at Evan's notes to see what he has found during his mixing process. Okay, what's my opinion on AI plugins? After reading Evan's notes, I do agree that AI plugins can be overgeneralized sometimes. Like if you are a musician and you want to be creative, AI plugins may not be the best for you because it can't really help you create a sound that's not really generic. However, I do think that AI plugins can be very useful to musicians, especially in the songwriting process. Like if you want something to sound okay very quickly, AI plugins can be your friend because you don't need to spend a lot of time to tweak the settings and disrupt your creative process. For example, if you're recording guitars in a producing session, you may have tracks and tracks, layers and layers of guitar channels. So instead of spending a lot of time tweaking those EQ settings, fine-tuning those compressor settings. So what my point is, if you just want to get some ideas down, like you want to get some ideas across, AI plugins can definitely be your friend because a lot of time it's just one click away to get something sounding okay to get going. But in another completely different aspect, for me or for other audio professionals, I don't think AI is quite there yet. I think they can be helpful when you just want to fix a problem very quickly and be done with it. But in terms of doing a serious mixing and mastering session, I don't think they can replace much of my workflow yet. A lot of stuff that I do, a lot of plugins or even hardware units I have chosen, I always do it for a reason. And sometimes I feel like trusting AI to magically fix a mix or magically bring a mix together is still not the reality right now. But with how fast the technology has advanced over the past few years, I'm pretty sure the AI mixing technology is gonna be better and better each year from now. So what does that mean for our audio professionals? Well, I think one of the most important things is we have to remember we are making music, and music always has emotion in it, has feelings in it. So in order to achieve something great, we can always make stylistic, artistic choices to make a mix sound unique, and that uniqueness can be part of the beauty of that song. That's why the more I do mixing and mastering, the more I realize mixing and mastering is not just balancing. Like, you can get a perfectly balanced mix and it can sound completely boring to the listener. Sometimes I do feel like imbalance can be your best friend in mixing. This is one of the biggest things I have realized last year actually. Sometimes a purposefully imbalanced mix can sound way better and way more interesting than a perfectly balanced mix. And that's to do with human emotion. Okay, these are my thoughts toward AI mixing and AI mastering. If you have any more ideas, leave it in the comment section below and let me know. And after this video, please go to check out Evan's music. I'm gonna put all his links here for you to follow. And I have mixed and mastered both of his 2 EPs as well. Okay, if you like this video, comment down below and subscribe to me if you want more contents like this. This is my first video on this YouTube channel, so if you have any suggestions, please let me know. My name is Derek, thanks for watching.
Time